Take your bins out. Where? On the curb.
This time I need to sit more forward.
It does only focus when we're kind of...
When we're more forward,
when
yeah.
we're forward.
I was noticing that.
Because when I would do...
No, sit! Well, no, when I would do this, my rig is like completely HD.
HD 4K. So I got broken up with...
SpongeBob.
Baby's first breakup.
Not your
Welcome
first.
back to On the Curb.
Not your first.
Is ghosting breakups?
Yeah, girl.
Ghosting is a form of breakup?
I think ghosting is breakup in the same way that like oral is sex.
Very profound.
Thank you.
Actually.
we're coming in hard, y'all.
Welcome back to On the
Welcome
Curb.
back to On the Curb. Take your bins out.
That is so true.
You know what I mean? Like if a guy's like cheating on his girlfriend, he's like, well, she just sucked my dick. You still had sex.
Yeah, and you
Or
cheated.
if they're like, oh, he ghosted me. He just ghosted me. Yeah, mama, she broke up with you.
Girl, you heard it here first. Ghosting is the oral
Ghosting
sex
is
of
the
breakups.
it's the oral sex of breakups.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Holy
Wait,
shit.
so what's like
Oh.
the toothy version of a ghosting?
The toothy head.
Yeah, what's the toothy head version of a ghosting? Is that breadcrumbing?
What is breadcrumbing?
That's when they kind of like they'll like text you and then they won't text you back for a couple of days and they'll like text you once but not respond to everything else. It's like they're like trailing you.
The toothy head of fucking ghosting is the bitch who is on Hinge looking for a relationship and then goes to Europe for 3 months. The fuck is wrong with you? The amount of bitches I have been like messaging and being like, oh my god, yes, like kidding it off. She's like, well, I go to Japan next week.
You're like, oh, for how long?
And they're like, till next year.
You're like, oh, I'm going for my grad school.
I'm like, you greedy, gluttonous bitch, get off my phone. No, I had an amicable breakup, which is its own beast.
Yes.
Because it's just an unfortunate event.
Yeah.
It was very les. The curse of the podcast. I'm never speaking about any romantic interest again. Yeah. Cut to Alexandra. Put it in me till I got a ring on my.
Was that last episode? Or I guess it was the first
one.
Yeah,
it's 2 episodes ago. If you guys really want to know the gist of it, just listen to Something's Missing by the Internet. This is what I want to talk about the breakup. I'm not going to go like too deep into it.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to breakup music. I don't want to cry on the bus. Why do people listen to breakup music after they break up?
Because it's like cathartic and you get to like, it's an outlet for the emotion.
I guess, yeah, maybe if you just do it in private. Because I was on the bus and Something's Missing is literally about like just bad timing. And it's Sid, their angelic voice being like, I just think I'm way too young to fall in love. And then she's like, and I guess so in a year, I'll just be trying to find someone just like you. I was on the B38, like.
I'm on the B38, like, I'm about to be 38 and single.
I can't fucking stand you. That is so disrespectful and rude. Oh my god.
No, the average person listens to sad music and like the hour after Alexandra got dumped, I get a selfie of her under a heated blanket with Shake Shack in her bed.
I said, bitch, I'm getting the Oreo milkshake, okay? I'm getting it. And then I proceeded to watch the Great British Baking Show, and this girl I was seeing was into baking, and I was sobbing my way through it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but for our resident late in life lesbian, this being your first like serious dating experience.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you learn? Like, are you proud of how you handled it? Like, any advice to our listeners that are potentially like entering their first relationship as queer people?
Yeah. So, listeners, I'm 28. Whatever. It was like a 3-month. We got to the point where it was either going to be a relationship or it was going to be over. So it like was a breakup. The biggest things I learned is that I learned, because it was so good, how I like to be treated. I feel like sometimes if your relationship was bad, you learn how you do not like to be treated.
Yeah.
I really learned how, like, eventually, like, I want to be loved and, like, these little things. Because, listen, I'm a little bit more on the shallow side, especially when it comes to Brooklyn standards, Brooklyn no deodorant standards. And sometimes I was like, oh, do I just like this stuff because it's like Material Girl, or do I like it because it like shows something about the person? And I realized the way that you do it, it's like planning the dinner reservations, opening the door, remembering my coffee order, things like that I really enjoy and are attainable. And I like really cool people who are ambitious, whatever. I learned that. What are you looking at me like
just
that?
Because everything you described is who go be the boy.
Exactly.
You found out you don't want to be the boy. And actually, I think,
I don't want to be
dare
the boy.
I say, in queer relationships, that I think is an important thing to figure out.
It kind of is.
To like kind of do the testing ground of like, in some relationships I've been the boy, and in some I have certainly not been.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's kind of like it's like the first hump to me. And now there's plenty of relationships, in a true queer relationship, you're both the boys.
For sure.
Or neither of you is the boy. Like, but yeah, I'm proud of you.
I learned I'm not a pillow princess. Hey, can I get a shut up? Shut up.
A little tootie, a little fruity,
yes.
baby.
And this happened yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh my God. And so obviously I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, this happened yesterday. You're already going to place. And the day before yesterday, Alexander and I got
the grilled prawn special.
We got the grilled prawns. But okay, let me lay out the events of this night.
Yes.
Now, you and I haven't had a one-on-one night probably since
like months.
Like the wine night at my house where we went to Come On Everybody, and we heard before he cheated the WAP. Yeah. So it's been a couple months, and it was just, there was something in the air. Zoran had just won the election.
Let's give it up for Zoran Mamdani.
Zoran just won the election.
Mamdani.
And as you can see, I am freshly rocking the Bushwick mullet.
Yes!
This is his Mamdani's Bushwick. My little baby mullet.
I'm like, this is when I dyed my eyebrows and they went up one shade. Yeah. And I said, did anyone notice anything?
I'm like, anyone want to tug on it?
We're very diet Bushwick.
We're very diet Bushwick. We're diet because we got corporate jobs, girl.
And we're not white.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're I mean, obviously he's not starting until January, but congratulations, Zoran.
Yes.
I'm very excited about the future to come. But there was something in the air because that had just happened. The results came out Wednesday. Tuesday. And then I texted Alexandra Thursday night and said, would you like to get Robin dinner with me tomorrow? She responded with a meme.
I love my baseball meme. It's so fucking funny. I'll post it. I'll put it in.
I said, I'm going to let her sleep on it. And then I sent my current favorite meme, which is a picture of Corduroy Bear going, you are not as excited about my soup as I wanted you to be.
It was so, I know you were so excited to use it. You're like, this is perfect.
I was like scrolling and I was like, got it. But okay, so we went to our favorite ramen place that we will never be saying the name of.
Yeah.
I will say it was busy.
Yeah, girl. That's why we're not saying the name.
So busy. I was waiting outside, and I'd never wait outside. And of course, my ass is like, I am a VIP member here. I should be getting VIP treatment, which I did. And they gave us their version of a booth, their version of a table.
Did. Ooh.
That waitress watched us order $140 worth of ramen.
She went back in the kitchen. She said, "I'm getting paid tonight, girl."
He said, "These big black bitches out there eating everything." We looked at her and we were like, "Okay, we're gonna get this like beer sake drink, and also like, should we get a soju or like a sake crab?" And she's like, "Both," and we're like, "Yeah." So we start with who drinks shandies, yuzu shandies, and a sake. Yeah, it was like a floral. It was really yummy. It was really good. We ordered 2 different kinds of buns.
Bow buns,
sandwiches.
Bow.
And then we got it's called the Don Ramen. It's the best ramen you'll ever have in New York. But when I tell you, when this waitress read back the order to us, it took her 45 seconds.
She scrolled too on the iPad. She scrolled,
like reading a teleprompter. And that was really good. And yeah, at this dinner is when Alexandra like showed me the text that she was nervous about of your impending breakup.
I got the. Do you want to have a chat tomorrow? And I was spiraling.
But so we do that, then we go to singers.
Yes, singers.
I don't think anything eventful really happened.
There were just a lot of gay men.
A lot of gay men. Oh, we
Yeah.
saw my neighbor, Fifi. Hi.
Yes.
Fifi's my neighbor. I'm obsessed with them. They might come on the podcast soon to do a mixed kids episode. So if you see
Yes.
that upcoming, that it was discussed at this bar.
Fifi looked at me and said, "Yeah, you could talk about what it's like to have a black mom." And I was like, "You're like a gong go off my head." Like, whoa, whoa.
And then as these things tend to happen, if I'm hanging out with Alexandra one-on-one, I know two of two things are happening. I'm approaching blackout and I'm singing karaoke. And so I start planting the seeds about karaoke at the ramen restaurant, and I just keep like edging on them for the rest of the night. So yes, did we end up at Chino Grande? Why, yes, of course we did. Now I want y'all to look me in my brown eye. Wait, eyes. Like eyes. No, it's because I use my turmeric soap. It's the same color as my skin, I've been told. It's clean. And I want y'all rewind and think of all the times that me, John, has gone to Chino Grande and sung the blackest song I could sing to the whitest crowd that could be watching. All of a sudden, we go to Chino Grande on a Friday night. It is like there's 50 people there. It is a black birthday party. Mama, bitches are humping to karaoke. I'm going to say this one more time. Bitches were twerking and humping to karaoke.
I love our people. I love our people.
Girl, it was, they heard Ride with the Mob, hump, dude, and you see this girl completely bent over, getting fucking railed by her man behind her.
Bro, we heard it, boy. Like, girl, you know I love you. You got me in a trance.
It was they were playing Waka Flocka Flame.
No, it was awesome, but it got to the point where, listen, now, was I essayed? No. But I think if the wrong person had been in the spot that I was in, they would have said that they were. Bitch, it was Plain Jane comes on. The couple that's been twerking all night starts inching closer and closer. It gets to the point the girl lifts up her leg like a fucking dog about to piss on a hydrant. Her man grabs the back of her ankle. So she's trying to find stability. She grabs my thigh sitting at the bar stool and is getting fucking like pounded in front of me. Doesn't ask. There was no, excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I use your knee for stability? No, I had a threesome at Chino Grande.
Oh my, let's not get crazy. I
had
should have
threesome.
recorded it. It was so fucking funny.
You should have, but Alexander and I agreed, no recording.
Oh yeah, that probably would have been not uncouth.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all have ever had that, but sometimes you gotta have at the beginning of the night, a talk
We-
with your friend.
we were like,
a rule
we
that
don't
says
need-
no pictures tonight, no recording.
Especially if it's just us. We're like, we don't need. Yeah, no, when you walk into Chino Grande, you are either walking into like, what was it? Like Mr. Brightside, the whitest of white people, the premier whites of Brooklyn. It is a rare night where you get a black birthday party. But when I tell you I was, oh, rain, go away. That's what all my haters say. I did one dance and was like, I need a one dance. It was fucking awesome.
And I did fucking Cinderella by the Cheetah Girls.
But it was still a hit.
It was like great, but I'm like, the fact that the last time we were there, I sang Ain't Shit,
Yes.
and I sang a Millie, and the only other people there was a white 50-year-old couple and their white kids.
Would have gone.
Millie-
People would have bought you drinks.
I know. And I'm like,
Because it was also the kind of night where it was like, if it's someone's birthday, they prioritize those songs.
For
And like, so
sure.
it was kind of like a one or maybe two song kind of night. And we had put them in. And that was that. But-
yeah. So that was our night out.
Well, and then I was losing my shit because like I don't know if they've always done advertisements above the lyrics. But they're like, I was losing it. They had this like a conveyor belt type at the very
Yeah.
top, like a strip, talking about like what you should order because it's also a restaurant. And it just kept going up. It said, "Try our grilled prawn special."
The only thing they were promoting was the grilled prawn special. And so it'd be fucking like Alexander and I, you know, we're getting like a little bit tipsy and we're silly, so we're like watching whatever karaoke song is up there, just inserting grilled prawn special into all the lyrics.
Oh, like if it was espresso, it'd be like, "That's my grilled prawn special."
Yeah. Think about me every night. Oh, that's my grilled prawn special. It was that all night. But the funny thing that I
Oh my
remember is,
God.
well, I left. I wanted to leave, and I leave hastily when I'm ready to go.
Which always, I get drunkenly to a point where everything is offensive to me.
Yeah.
Because John will look at me and be like, I would like to go home now. Goodbye. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, you dumb
what
bitch?
happened is I said, I'm ready to go home. Alexander went, this bar closes in 28 minutes. Just stay, bitch. And I was like, okay.
Oh
But
my God.
the funny thing is, I stayed for one more karaoke song. And I heard you behind me trying to keep doing the grilled prawn special thing to make me laugh. But I was like, girl, the joke has died. So you'd be behind me and it's fucking like, I don't even know what song it was, but you're like grinning ear to ear like a Wallace and Gromit fucking claymation going grilled prawn special. I'm like, girl, save it. I'm calling my Uber.
I don't want to.
I don't want to be your grilled prawn special.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, girl. Girl, where are my bins? Girl, I don't know. Did you look? Girl, what? I cannot seem to find my bin. Girl.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I'm sweating
Okay.
already. It's hot in here.
Okay.
Okay.
The other thing that took place
Mm.
is the Academy released the
Yes.
Grammy nominations for 2026.
6. It'll be next February, March.
And listen, remember when I said I have an eye for talent? Remember when I said I know talent when I see it? Cat's Eye, 2 nominations 1 year into their debut.
What's their second nomination?
Not new artists, maybe new pop group?
Or like pop performance or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alexander and I are going toe to toe because I am a racist and I am supporting Addison Rae through and through. And well, here's my thing. Because, okay, so I mean, I think Best New Artist is going to be like it's a pretty stacked category this year because you've got, I mean, fuck Somber, Olivia Dean. I don't know much about her, but I've heard she's wonderful.
Olivia Dean is very my avocado, but she's
Oh,
black,
like
so we're
Laufey. Then you have I would say everyone's saying the front runner right now is Leon Thomas because he's nominated in most of the big categories,
and he makes that like music kind of music.
but I don't know because I'm like, maybe just because he's not on my radar, but I feel like part of Best New Artist also has to do with like the reception of you and like the persona you've created or whatever. And I'm like,
He got some allegations. He got some. Okay, wait. So the people in the category Best New Artist, we have Addison Rae,
woo!
Alex Warren. Honestly, that's most
Man.
likely gonna happen.
No, there's no way.
The bitches love
The
Alex Warren.
Ordinary bitch.
Isn't he the racist one?
No, he sang the song Ordinary.
Which one is that?
Ordinary. Is that him?
I don't know.
It was like a #1 song for a long time.
Alex Warren. We have Cat's Eye. We have Leon Thomas. Lola
Lola
Young.
Young.
Cause I'm too mad.
See?
But she's not okay. She's our like modern Amy Winehouse.
She is, yeah.
Did you see the video for
and
Flat?
she's dating the guy that Amy was with.
You can't write it. Okay, the Marias, Olivia Dean, and Somber.
Yeah.
And then Cat's Eye is also in Best Pop Duo Group Performance. They
Against Cynthia.
Did you see the video? Everyone's like Ariana Grande pretending to be gagged.
Yeah.
because
And Cynthia's falling to the ground crying.
Ariana Grande hates the Grammys.
Yeah.
That has Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande,
Well,
Huntrix.
If Cynthia wins a Grammy,
Mhm.
she will become the youngest
EGOT?
Oh, no, that's the Oscar. She needs an Oscar. She's waiting for an Oscar.
Oh,
And she's like, people are speculating she'll be in Best Actress, but I don't think she's going to
okay.
win. But she
Cat's
would be-
Eye.
yeah, Cat's
If
Eye.
Apartment by Rose and Bruno Mars wins.
Apate.
Well, yeah, but it means apartment in Korean.
But here's the Grammys fucking love Bruno Mars.
They really do. Are they gonna perform that song? That's the thing about the Grammys. By the time it's time to perform, we've heard these songs
Okay, well, because
80 million
fucking
times.
Billie Eilish's Wildflower is nominated for, I think, Record of the Year
Jeez.
because it was released as a single after, which I'm like, beautiful song. I love it. But I'm like,
Yeah.
girl,
I'm
this shit old as hell. I don't want to hear that song anymore.
cracked vintage leather. I am excited for the fashion.
I mean,
The
you know, as a gay
subway.
man, bitch, it's mayhem night. I'm there for Gaga.
Is she?
She's the most nominated female artist, but she's
Oh.
second most nominated after Kendrick, I
Oh,
believe.
that's-
Which Kendrick also is a Grammy darling. I would say they love
Oh,
him, but he makes amazing music. But
Okay,
I don't
album
know.
of the year. Let's look.
album of the year, Addison by Addison Rae.
I was like, there's no fucking way it's in here. Okay, our album of the year nominees are Bad Bunny.
So it's Bad Bunny, and this is only the second time in history a Latin album has been up for album of the year. The first one being his own. So he's the only like Latin artist to be nominated for album of the year.
oh my god,
in
maybe
general.
Rosalia next year.
I hope so. That was so good.
We have Bad Bunny. We have Clips, Pusha T, and
I've
Malice.
never heard this in my
Let
life.
God sort him out. I'm like, was this the one?
Swag Justin Bieber, that was paid for.
That was an album.
That was paid for, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, GNX. Oh,
Lady-
also, we're not racist. The Bad Bunny album is Debbie Terrara, Mas Foto. We didn't
Yes.
say it. Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Lady Gaga,
Mayhem.
Mayhem, Leon
Yes.
Thomas, Mutt. Best new artist and album of the year. Has that
That's-
ever happened?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
that's why people think he's going to win Best New Artist, because he's the
Oh.
only one that's in like the big four.
Sabrina
Carpenter's
Carpenter.
your band's best friend. Now, this is a sneak, because
Mm,
everybody knows this album was dog water compared to her first one. I mean, Man-Child is a great song, but girl,
yeah,
Mama, that album. Okay, and then Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia.
Chromacopia.
I'm excited about that
was
being
good, but
nominated.
they crucified him on Twitter this year
Why?
because all of his like racist stuff like started coming out. And like, listen, I been new because my brother was listening to it, and I remember like hearing it in the car, being like, "This man is fucking insane." Because now Tyler the Creator is all flower boy, oh buy my perfume, like gay, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not defending him in any. I guess I don't know. Take this as you will. But remember how we talked about the only people who like really be getting canceled are gay black men. Do with that information as you will.
Blink, blink.
Should we do song of the year? It's kind of the same shit. Doechii Anxiety?
No, Doechii Anxiety. Now that's the sneak of the fucking Grammys. Because I feel like it was known that everyone fucking hated this song. It's not a good song. I love Doechii.
Yeah.
To me, it's giving same with like Billy's Song of the Year nomination,
Yeah.
and low-key even Chapel's, which I love the Subway. But these were
Yeah.
clearly just pushes from the label for these artists that were big at last year's Grammys to still have like a face at this year's Grammy.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that they're gonna win anything.
Well, and that's the thing. I feel like more than ever, the Grammys are very social media following based and very
It's
like
marketing.
because Raven Lenae is not fucking nominated. If Doechii's Anxiety gets in, Raven Lenae is what is her one song it was very viral on TikTok.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Who that bitch?
Oh my god,
Who is
no.
Raven Lenae?
I have been listening to Raven Lenae since like the 2010s. She is one of those artists that has a very, I guess, like cult following, and she's very big amongst the black lesbians. She has that kind of voice. It's a little bit like
Dean.
Erica, but
Avocado.
Olivia Dean is my. It's so funny.
Wait, no, give me. What are they both? Olivia Dean is.
Olivia Dean is my avocado. The girl I was seeing, I was telling her because she likes Olivia Dean, and I said, "Yeah, you like guitar plucking music." She goes, "No, I don't. We play the song." It's dun, dun, dun. My avocados. And Warriors, Raven Lenae is more getcha, yeah.
Bitch, they're placed in the same part of your throat. Either way, you sound like an elderly woman.
Raven Lenae is more Erykah Badu. Olivia
Okay.
Dean is more Mumford and Sons.
Okay.
Olivia
okay.
Dean, you're gonna hear that music in Anthropology at 2 p.m.
Got it.
Yeah, smells like a volcano candle.
Okay.
And I will remember the Raven Lenae song at some point.
But yes, looking forward to the Grammys. Wait, do you have any early predictions?
Raven Lenae's woo. Yeah, na 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 na, giving that one. Na 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 na
Girl, we don't run in the same circles, mama. My early call, I think Lady Gaga's.
I hate you.
Can I
love you.
talk? Can I fucking talk? Jesus Christ.
Go.
I do think Lady Gaga's winning album of the year because I think last year with Beyonce finally winning her coveted album of the year for Cowboy Carter, I think the Grammys, like, they obviously got a lot of attention and like viewership from that. I think they're gonna do this kind of run for maybe a year or two more of like giving like a long-term artist like a much deserved award, and so I think like Gaga, who does not have album of the year yet, will win for Mayhem.
What do you think? What album do you think deserved it?
Last year?
No, Gaga. Like, what Gaga album do you think?
Her debut, The Fame. I think The Fame Monster could have won.
Yeah.
I think Born This Way could have won.
Wow.
After that, it's a little,
Joanne.
Yeah. No, Joanne won a Grammy. Don't get it twisted.
Album of the year?
No. Yeah, no, I think she should have won by now, but I do think Mayhem's going to win album of the year. But if you haven't been able to tell, I'm a little congested.
Mm-hmm.
I did get the flu after Halloween because I was not taking care of myself.
Oh my God. You have to take care of yourself.
You gotta have some self-care. We're talking about self-care today. On a curb. On a curb. On a curb.
Oh,
Fresh from the spa. Fresh as a daisy.
Glowing.
This bitch in the interim period we just had the audacity to look at me and say, "Do you know how to tie a towel on your head?" I said, "Bitch, I am a gay man." What do you think I did when I was 14, pretending to have a drag queen wig on with a ponytail in my bathroom, whipping it around? Bitch, I know how to fucking tie a
You
fierce
look like,
towel.
speaking of the Grammys, you look like that bitch from Demon Hunters. Like I'm supposed to be.
Gotta be golden.
What is, okay, what is self-care? What is it?
Okay, actually, I feel like I might become friend that's too woke in this conversation.
Let's talk about
to
it.
be honest. Well, I was talking to my boyfriend today because we picked this topic, and I was like, what do I even talk about with self-care? And I think, I don't know, because I think for me, like when I was listing off things in my head today that are self-care, I'm like, these are just chores.
Okay.
Like washing my face, like the things that could be considered self-care,
Mhm.
brushing my teeth, going to the gym, washing my face, eating well, like
Yes.
eating in the morning. Like those are all just like ways to take care of myself. But in my head, I'm like, this is not me actively being like, I'm having a self-care moment. I don't wake up and I'm like, I'm going to practice some self-care and make some eggs.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to practice some self-care and put some niacinamide on.
Right.
Like, so I think it becomes almost like a weird conversation because I'm like, but okay, maybe here's the friend that's too woke thing, but is that like privilege? Because for some people, it is hard to do those like very basic, like hygienic things that are not difficult for me.
Okay, well, to me, self-care is a rare... What?
You look like fucking Yzma.
What?
You look like fucking Yzma from the Crime Adventure, the Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that never crunk.
I swear to God.
Is this what you look like?
No, keep talking. I gotta look away from you.
Okay, self-care is a rare pre-TikTok buzzword.
Yeah, it's
Self-care.
It's a little millennial.
Yeah, it's very millennial.
It's very
and
millennial.
It came, I think, like, I always talk about the rise of Starbucks and whatever, because I feel like that is when, like, commodification of things became very trendy.
Yeah.
And
Look right now with those fucking bear cups. Have you seen that?
the fuck is a bear cup?
It's like a bear-shaped sippy cup
Oh, from Starbucks?
from Starbucks that
Yeah.
bitches are waiting at 4 a.m. to go get.
Did you see that TikTok of the girl pretending to be an automated voice?
Yes.
If you're waiting for
With
the
the
bear
bear
cup,
cup.
press one.
And the line went, "Dude," the dial tone got hit.
No, yeah, because, and so I think originally, so there's self-care and then there's wellness. And I think, one of my questions was going to be, is basic hygiene self-care? Because we don't need to be glamorizing you washing your new-new. We don't need to wash your monkey Mondays. We don't need to be glamorizing wash your monkey
What is that
Mondays.
with what is it? Saint Ives? What's like the
The
pussy
scrub.
What's the pussy wash called?
Oh,
Summer's Eve. Summer's Eve.
Ladies, do not use Summer's Eve. Okay, that shit is a
Gentlemen, do use
PH
Summer's
nightmare. And so, like, self-care, I feel like, went from, I don't know, have like meditating in the morning, like really intentional living, to painting your nails or clipping your nails or shaving.
there used to be this intersection of like self-care and like Eastern religion.
What do you mean?
Like the like yoga, meditation,
yes,
like,
spirituality.
That there was definitely this like period where maybe it was almost at the same time as like the hipster rise, where there was like adjacent to the hipster was like the hippie. I guess the hippie was like the 70s and shit, but I don't know. I do think a lot of that kind of, or okay, if you think like the yoga, the meditation, the I think a lot of self-care is rooted in like skincare that tends to come from like Korea, or like there's like body work that's typically it's like Thai massage. Like I do think a lot of it is kind of rooted in Eastern culture in a way.
And it's kind of like white people just being like, isn't this exotic? Where he's like, girl, this is a Tuesday night for like anyone from that culture, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously everything, if it's American, it's gonna have to do with capitalism. And so if your skincare brand is like, oh, it's self-care, making you feel good about this fuck ass cow. John has a slideshow of baby cows, and there is this one whose bangs are parted to get shot. Anyways,
we'll show a picture.
But yeah, like anything that can be commodified and sold is gonna like become that buzzword. And so suddenly like the face masks, the towels. But I think basic hygiene, as a black person, basic hygiene might be a spa day. For a white person, no shade.
Yeah.
But basic hygiene to me is not self-care. Self-care is like going to the spa, it's getting facials, it's when you bring in like professionals, I feel like.
Yeah.
Washing your ass ain't self-care.
I was about to say, I don't consider wiping my ass to be self-care.
And you better not either. I'm looking at you, Curve Stomper. You better not.
Shit stomper. But in my world, in my mind, I'm like, if someone is to tell me brushing my teeth or like using skincare is self-care, I'm like, it's not, because to me, those are the equivalent of wiping my ass.
Mama,
like,
that's self-respect.
That's self-respect.
Yes.
It's self-respect, yes.
To me, self-care also, and oh God, I can't think of self-care without thinking of that Taylor Swift fan self-soothing. She's like holding herself.
Oh, when like, that song comes on.
Yes. Self-care to me is keeping yourself sane. Now, friend that's too woke, mama friend that's too mentally ill. Okay, self-care to me, I think it involves therapy. I think self-care is going to the gym. I think self-care is meditation. I think it is like any practice or ritual you have that helps you live more intentionally and keeps you above water. And I think like, and it's not just New York, but any person living in a city that like you can't go into nature and like reground yourself needs a self-care routine to keep them sane.
I think a self-care routine can look like anything. Like me as an introvert, mama, my best days are days I spend alone. And because that to me, but I guess this is almost where like I maybe am like tripping over my own words, because in my mind, like self-care for me is, okay, a Sunday night, I've meal prepped all my meals for the week at work when I go to the office, so I don't have to worry about it later. I'm like sitting on the couch with a glass of wine playing a video game. Like that to me is self-care. And like the making food part, I think is where I trip over my own words of like,
what's basic?
That's basic hygiene or like basic maintenance. But I also think in terms of like the consumerism part of self-care, and this is me being friend that's too woke, I think self-care is ageist.
We switch sides. You're very me this episode.
Something about this towel wrap, girl. I got my wig on and I'm feeling woke as fuck. In Zoran's Bushwick, I'm feeling woke as fuck, bitch.
How is it? What do you
ageist
mean?
because
Talk
I think,
about it.
especially with like, I don't know, like, well, because I think to me the pillars of self-care in terms of consumerism tend to be about like youthful appearance, mobility / like ableism.
Wow.
Where I think a lot of it is like, okay, like getting a massage so like my muscles aren't tense, so, like my body's more flexible, or like wearing a face mask so my wrinkles dissipate, or like using a serum so like my frown lines don't show. Like I think it all to me is symptomatic of living in a society that in terms of beauty standards respects younger people more.
Yeah.
And so I think like the idea that self-care as an older person is an effort to try to look younger,
Mhm.
I think is ageist.
Well, okay. I think it definitely, capitalism and consumerism has definitely, I really think that anti-aging skincare, we need to be just as offended by that term when we talk about geriatric pregnancies, which is 35 and up. The
35
fact
and up.
that we call it anti-aging, Mama, we let the brands won. The brands won with that one. The fact that that is just like a normal term.
But yes, it's a normal term, but
I
also
think it means like anti. Oh, I have been finish.
you thought it meant like we're like against it.
I'm thinking that might be a way to perceive it.
But also, this is like Western culture. Capitalist self-care is anti-aging. Mama, you ever been out east?
I mean, I've done.
Girl, skin whitening cream. It's all about like
anti-aging, anti-black.
Either anti-aging or anti-black. No, like when I did my little stint on my gap year and I was in Cambodia, India, Thailand, I would go into their version of a bodega and it'd be like rows on rows on rows of like whitening cream for like your face, and like the model on it is like the whitest Asian person you've ever seen. Like porcelain skin, but like there's an argument to me that like the self-care culture is both is ageist and racist.
John got me beat this episode.
I think maybe it's the wine, but there's something in the water because I think I'm on to something with this one.
Well, it's fascinating because it's like I won't blame people for associating taking care of your body with youth because your body feels the best when it's young, you know?
For sure.
I think like, you know, healthy skin is moisturized. It's like has like a good bounce to it, you know? And so I understand why self-care would be associated with feeling younger and then eventually seep into looking younger, because we have this idea that if you look like the archetype societal standard, then you are the healthiest, when like a skinny bitch could be like on her last breath at any moment, you know?
Yeah.
It obviously has gotten out of hand, which is why I like to think of self-care as more actions that don't necessarily have to do with appearance. Like a face mask is not self-care.
No.
I think you staying in, not going out, like not doing all this shit is self-care, and then you happen to do a face mask.
Or I could say I could argue the reverse.
Going out?
Yeah.
Is self-care?
Like as you were saying all that, there's a world in my brain where I'm like, okay, like, is there a world where self-care is looking like a really aged person that has lived their life very thoroughly? As in, like, okay, is self-care the person that doesn't go out? And I'm speaking in absolutes and a little bit like absurdist here, but like, if we're pitching these two things, is self-care like the person that stays in, has no social life, is doing skincare, is taking care of themselves? Or is self-care the person that's going out weekly, like seeing friends, living life to the fullest, like has like age marks because of this? Like, is that a version of self-care?
Okay, well, I do self-care as like hyphen care. So like I put it in the same thing, the way that we talk about skincare, the way we talk about body care. Like to me, self-care has to necessarily be intentional. Like one could say that drinking water is skincare because it keeps it moisturized.
Yeah.
But to me, skincare is the act of putting on moisturizer. And so to me, self-care is specific acts and has to be intentional. Like you're doing self-care. I don't think I think self-care is innately intentional and requires being aware of it.
But I think like self-care with that definition can be going out and dancing. If like you have like an emotional release you need to have, and you're like, I need to like be in a dance floor, like listen to my favorite artist, like kind of sweat it out.
Yeah.
Like I do think that by your definition could be self-care.
But then I guess maybe like, cause not necessarily like drinking, cause okay, does self-care have to improve the body? I feel like it has to involve the body.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're going to salsa class and you're like exercising, then I think sure we can call that self-care. But like going out to the club, like huffing lines and drinking.
What if you're sober?
Exactly. Then that could be self-care, but then are you losing sleep?
Yeah.
So then I don't know if it can be self-care.
Mm.
I think it has to do with fueling the body, replenishing the body, cherishing the body. So if you're doing salsa class and you like getting rid of your arthritis and shit, then go crazy. But you know, if you're if you're not drinking at basement, I'm
Been
basement
there.
sober.
I'm basement sober.
And because then think about marijuana. Is marijuana self-care?
I haven't touched the devil's lettuce in years, so
I love
that's
the devil's
that's
lettuce.
on you.
And that's the thing. I think people are focused. Like the face mask is not self-care. You smoking a blunt while doing face mask is not self-care. I think you recharging, staying in is self-care. I feel
But
like
sometimes
self-care is
it-
a recharge.
But sometimes it entails the blunt and the
Those
face
things,
mask.
yeah.
Anyway, on the curb, let's go on the curb. On the curb, let's go on the curb.
Well, I think that's what I was gonna say. There was some point in the conversation where I was gonna be like, I think self-care is boundaries.
Ooh. See, I feel like self-care, self-respect.
No, I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think self-care and self-respect. You can't have a conversation about self-care without having a conversation about self-respect.
Yeah.
And it like in that way being okay, like the act of self-care and deciding to stay in is setting a boundary of I need to like recharge. I need to like have a hermit night, whatever, or like self-care in relationships or like in breakups, like is the act of like setting boundaries about I need this because if I don't get this, you're ultimately exerting yourself in a way that is deteriorating yourself. If your needs aren't being met, if your needs aren't being met, not your needs aren't being met, if your if your needs aren't being met, so self-care is in a sense like setting boundaries.
Well, and it's putting yourself first, and it's
putting yourself
prioritizing
first.
yourself.
It's a prioritization of the self.
And so, okay, like if you were to ask a brand strategist like what self-care is, they're gonna be like, putting that face mask on, diva. Oh, it's using toner, it's doing this. If you were to ask, I don't know, like maybe like a yoga instructor who like is really into like the spirituality side of it, they're gonna be like, oh, it's doing your shavasana.
Well, because it's like, am I gonna ask a brand manager who's pitching me a product that they're probably up like until X hour in the night trying to finish a deck to present to leadership about how this product makes you X? That person doesn't know self-care because they're not even operating on it.
And yet they use the word the most.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. If you look up self-care, like, or if you like the people you hear, it's always people like in the branding, the marketing who talk about self-care the most.
Yes.
Which is very much what happened with like the millennial thing. And then, because the thing also about the millennial generation is that they, us, who knows, were,
not me.
They were all about they're selfish. Oh, they like think about themselves all the time. Which is why I think maybe they're like, I'm not being selfish. I'm practicing self-care.
Yes.
What does your self-care look like? Do you have others other than like meal prepping that you can? I feel like your exercise routine is self-care.
No, I do think going to the gym for me is self-care.
Yeah.
But I think this is where it's interesting because I like self-care isn't necessarily enjoyable. Like when I wake up at 5:30 so I can go to the gym before work, I am practicing self-care. Well, but this is where it's kind of it's a fine line because is a self-care me letting myself sleep more, or is a self-care me waking up to like move my body and go to the gym? You know?
Oh no. Because this is where, you know, this is okay, where me and Frankie always joke, like, am I a Republican? Like, this is where I get a little Republican.
Okay.
Gen Z's obsession and there are whatever standard for comfort, I have a severe problem with.
Okay.
I feel like right now, where I'm like, sorry, I sound like a Republican, being comfortable should not be the standard. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about people thinking that if they are uncomfortable, something bad is happening.
Yes.
And this is what I mean with the gym. Waking up sucks and doing all these things, but like those are sacrifices that make you feel better.
Yeah.
that better yourself. And I just feel like, which I can't even really blame Gen Z that much, especially it's more so like the younger Gen Zs, because it's like you come into this world, the world is fucking ending, like the economy shit, there's a pandemic, like y'all, the younger Gen Zs really got the shit end of the stick in many ways. And so of course it's gonna be like it's almost like Gen Z are very obsessed with, they're doing their own like hospice care, where they're like, let me just make myself feel the best before I die because it's grave times.
It's hedonist.
It's hedonist, but it's
Which
so
I don't know, because the
annoying.
last time I used this word in this podcast, someone on TikTok told me I wasn't using it correctly.
Is
But I
it?
think
Should we look it up?
this is hedonist. I think it's like it's the constant pursuit of pleasure in my use of the word. Like it is like a constant, right?
Let's do Merriam-Webster.
Merriam-Webster.
Devoted to the pursuit of pleasure,
Yes, the
of
pursuit
relating
of
to or
pleasure.
characterized by
Like not ever wanting to be uncomfortable. Well, this is also this was kind of that movie After the Hunt that I saw.
Okay.
I think this was like one of like the themes of the movie was this idea, and they it got more in line with like race and like essay.
Mm-hmm.
It scratched on the surface of an older generation looking at a younger generation being like, not everything is supposed to be comfortable.
Yes.
Was kind of one of the taglines of the movie.
Mm.
But with this argument that we're saying of me getting up at 5:30 to go to the gym, yes, like it's self-care to like do the uncomfortable thing of waking up early to move my body. But at the same time, you could argue it's self-care. And maybe this is like my thesis of this conversation is like self-care is a moving target. Of like some mornings it is self-care to let myself sleep an extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
As opposed to forcing myself to wake up and go to the gym.
I think self-care is balance. Being uncomfortable in sometimes is an investment, and it is a skill learning what discomfort is good and bad.
Yeah.
And so I think waking up in the morning discomfort, that's good discomfort. Now you need the balance of being like my achy bones and I'm falling asleep at my desk. It's like, okay, reel it back.
Yeah.
So there is a weird like hedonism and perfectionism.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can take place at the same time, but that's a story for a whole other day.
Yeah. Well, because that takes me to, and something I thought about in this conversation is self-care and self-soothing. And I think but I think sometimes acts of self-soothing can be the antithesis of self-care.
Ooh.
Because I think like self-soothing and addiction can really have crossover.
Yeah.
Because I think for like anyone that has any kind of like addicts of any kind, like that is a form of soothing.
Yeah.
Of like quelling or like diluting or like numbing.
Okay.
But I think a lot of addictions can be counteractive to self-care.
Well, it's indulging.
Hedonism, it's indulgent.
It's when you indulge, and it's just all balance. Like for me, self-care is it is confusing because like, is taking my medication self-care? Well, because then is it?
For you, yes.
Okay, then taking because see, it gets confusing because a lot of times my therapist always tells me like showing up to therapy, me doing these things as like someone with like mental illness or whatever, it's accountability.
Yeah.
And like going to therapy is like holding yourself accountable. So yeah, I guess it's just not black and white thinking.
Because I get like moving target. Like if I think like a gay male perspective, I'm thinking, okay, now is it self-care to, and this is like a really broad generalization, but those of us that like, I don't know, like, is it self-care to like be like, okay, it's my weekend off and I want to be a cum dump and I want to like get fucked by random people and I want to like indulge in whatever XYZ.
No.
Maybe not, but is taking PrEP or like consistently taking medication that prevents your risk of catching STDs, is that self-care? I would argue yes.
Okay, so, point blank, self-care is what you make it. Self-care is different to everyone. I think for me, I define self-care by intention.
Yeah.
I like divine, almost like self-care involves sacrificing something else in
I
a
still
weird
think
way.
I keep fighting you on this, that I think self-care can be release
Well,
of the going to the club, of the being a cum dump, of the whatever. Like, I think there is this world where, which maybe this is the hedonism argument, but I do think there are times when indulgence is self-care.
no, definitely. I definitely agree in that. I just think at the end of any of my self-care, I want to feel rested.
Mm.
Whatever is self-care for me, I need it to make me feel sane, and I need to by the end of it, I need to feel sane and I need to feel rested. Those are my two prerequisites for being like, okay, that was self-care. My meds make me feel sane. Going to therapy makes me feel sane. Me staying in, and then, like, I don't know, have you heard about long showers?
Yes.
Where you do your whole routine or
The
whatever.
everything shower.
Yeah, and then I'm in bed by a certain amount of time. To me, that's self-care, and it's like prepping my body.
Yeah.
So exercise is definitely self-care. And so since more often than not going out dancing involves like being out to like,
God
'cause
knows
see-
when.
exactly, that's not self-care to me. That's almost like it's pleasure. And I don't know if maybe pleasure is under the umbrella of self-care.
I think it is.
You know what though?
Or
I
self-care
don't.
under the umbrella of pleasure.
Yes. Because to me, a lot of my pleasures involve me feeling worse. Yeah, you have my pleasure, Shake Shack, Mama,
Yeah.
Shake Shack. When you're crown fried chicken.
Yeah.
Quick sidebar: me and John at the ramen place, we were talking about how the new first lady of New York is fucking 28, our age.
Oh my God.
And I said, Mama, you're the only first lady you are is first lady of crown fried chicken. I'm the first lady of Shake Shack.
I'm the first lady of Crown Fried Chicken.
So anyways, back. But yeah, I think because I think pleasure does not need to always have a good outcome. You know, if you're that cum dump,
you might get the STD.
you might get an STD, you might feel
But-
pain after.
Yeah, but like the act of doing it might have been pleasure, and
Yeah, and I don't necessarily
but I think that what you were saying, like for you, self-care is feeling rested. I do think there's a world where self-care can be just feeling like in a sense the opposite, like depleted of like I gave it
Interesting.
all, I did everything I could.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, I would argue for me maybe like when I go to Coachella every year, that is like
Mm.
self-care. In a sense of like I'm like
Mm.
escaping my life here. I'm like completely like submitting to like whatever things I'm on and like environments I'm in, and I'm just like
Mm.
pushing myself to constantly have fun and like
Yeah.
enjoy myself.
Yeah.
That to me in a sense like is an act of self-care. At the end I feel completely depleted because
Mhm.
I gave like everything to it.
Mm. Okay, I agree with you that coming out of this conversation, I do have a wider concept of what self-care can be. Girl, then you need self-care. This up to girl, you need self. Yeah, John tried to give me this towel first. I said, no, man.
Wait, actually this look kind of
Like I'm supposed. If this was a little more in the front, it's
No, I'm
kinda-
like this fringe. Let me get this fringe bang up in here. Okay.
So the question is, what does self-care mean to you? What does your self-care
Yeah,
look
what
like?
is yours? I think that it's take a look.
It
Take
really
a look at how you soothe, how you care.
It has to be, yeah, it has to be based on personal, because my self-care cannot be like living young, wild, and free, because I'll spin out.
Yeah.
So I do self-care to counteract when I'm feeling young, wild, and free. Like vacation is like my pleasure. Ooh.
Sorry, the cows.
Back arch.
The cows are on the TV again.
Yeah, I use self-care to counteract my hedonism in a way. Like I just took like 4 days off, and I was just like in New York, and it was very staycation, and like I got a facial. I slept 12 hours every night. Like I did nothing.
Yeah.
But that's because and maybe that is just an aspect of like having clinical depression and hypomania, that that my self-care has to look like that, where he's,
Where he's
so
where
where he's someone who doesn't
Where
have
he's-
those Your sweats have zippers? Is this Gap?
Gap X Yeezy, bitch. The discontinued Gap.
Zippered on the bottom?
Discontinued Gap X Yeezy collab. Do you know about this?
Yeah, you gave me the tank top.
We Gap was supposed to have like a multi-year contract with
Good for
Kanye
Gap.
West to
Good for
make
Gap.
Gap X Yeezy,
Mhm.
and all the anti-Semitic shit happened the like 2 weeks after the first collab launched, and we were sitting on all this fucking inventory. Girl, the way that I scroll on TikTok and I see people just like, look at this Gap X Yeezy mock neck crew. I'm like, girl. Anyway, yeah, I'm wearing that because I got it at the sample sale.
But yeah, and then it is interesting what you say about self-care possibly being privilege, because self-care really is what it is to you, what your body can handle, what makes your
Yeah.
body feel good. Because me going out or whatever has a like insane damage to my body, and I need self-care to
Mhm.
counteract that worries.
Yeah, it's a moving target. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
I think the encouragement to look at the overlap between like what is self-care for you, what is self-soothing for you,
Mhm.
how do those like juxtaposing forces like work in your life, I think is an important thing to look at. But
Yeah, because yeah, I'm just thinking about like sex and stuff, where
oh yeah,
like, you know, if the kind of sex stuff you're in is more involving of like more depraved acts, I guess, or like a lot of pain or whatever, someone might be like, that's not self-care. But
but
that
it
could be
is. But
self-care
I
to
think
someone-
I think it is self-care.
I think self-care is defined by the outcome.
being
Like even if you feel depleted after, if that allows you to like keep going to work, if that like, if it help, if whatever the action is like a pillar keeping your day-to-day life manageable,
yeah,
that
but
is self-care.
Is self-care just making life worth living?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
like
keeping you afloat.
self-care is how you keep it moving.
If it is but see, what if the self-care is like cocaine before work?
On a curb. On a curb. On a curb.
No, but
No, sustainable. It has to be sustainable.
And we said outcome. I'm sorry, this wig is really
Wig. Mama, you ain't got no wig on.
really slippy.
So I'm sure it takes trial and error.
Yeah.
Self-care takes trial and error, because sometimes I'll be like, I'm getting Shake Shack, I deserve it. And suddenly I'm like, have I had Shake Shack 3 days in a row?
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
yeah. Well, because too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
It's important to measure the things that make you sane,
yeah.
and it's important to measure the things that make you insane.
Insane. Because it is time for...
when I lost my mind.
You know what? I really feel like we're getting to the point where someone is going to rip this off, and then we get to be like, we're small creators and someone stole our idea.
Yeah. The
I see
psych
that.
ward.
I see that. Maybe they'll call it going to crazy town.
Oh my god.
Anywho, BadJon,
Yeah.
what sent you to the psych ward
Okay.
in these past 2 weeks?
So a lot, girl. But I'll keep it to one. Let's just say, y'all know I work at Gap, and we had a summit 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I had to go to Midtown every day for like 4 days. That enough to send me to the psych ward. But we, on the second day, we had I knew we had a New York legend Broadway star come to perform, and I knew who was coming beforehand. I was like not telling my partners involved because I was like, I want them to be surprised. Essentially, Jessica Vosk came, and she performed for us at 11 a.m. in a full denim getup. She looked fucking cunt.
Who was Jessica Vosk?
Jessica
'Cause
Vosk.
I didn't know.
Jessica Vosk is one of like Broadway's most well-known alphabas. She was like someone who started, I think, on Wall Street, like in finance, and then like had like a life shift and wanted to do Broadway. A fantastic singer. She's currently in Hell's Kitchen on Broadway, I believe.
Okay.
If that's the name of the show. Yeah, one of Broadway's like darlings.
One of
like,
the greats.
God, this fucking hair.
Girl,
is
just lay it Mother Teresa style.
Wait, actually, I low-key And we're back. So Jessica Voss came. And when I let me tell you this, she sounds as good in person as she does in every recording you've seen online. Now, I think this was a humiliation ritual for her because she sang a couple songs for us. Girl, why was she replacing the words to ABC by Jackson 5 with Gap spelling? G-A-P. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Simple as do, re, mi. And then Zach Posen was there, who's like creative director right now of Old Navy. And she would go, Z-A-C. Works at the G-A-P. And mama, the icing on the cake. Let me part my bang for this. They got this woman at 11 a.m. doing a crowd pleaser. She sings Defying Gravity. She goes, and nobody in all of us, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring Gap down.
I hope you're shopping.
Bring Gap down. Oh
Look
my
at
God.
her, she's saving.
Denim. Girl, they had Jessica Voss singing No One's Gonna Bring Gap Down in front of all these like stakeholders and like CEOs from international companies. I'm sitting back there cracking up. Like, these people don't know what this woman is going through, what she got paid to do for this. Yeah, that shit drove me fucking crazy. It was so funny.
For like our younger listeners who like, if y'all ever get into corporate, or like the first corporate like music event I went to was with my dad.
Yeah.
And they are so grim because they will have like fucking like Wiz Khalifa. They will have like people who do not match the brand in any way.
Because corporate America has the money to do anything.
And it's good money.
And it's
obviously.
good. Like, I'm sure they paid her well. I hope
it's
they paid
Beyonce
her well.
at that wedding. Like, it's the same thing. So what sent me to the psych ward is, okay, so I go to this gym that I have to walk. Like, obviously, every block in New York, you can buy food, you can buy clothes. Like, it's just, you're just walking through an online fucking shopping. Well, it's just real life.
What did you say? Walking through online shopping.
Okay, so you live life.
Girl.
And my biggest gripe with going to the gym in the morning is like eating breakfast before. Because it's like, I'm not fucking breaking out my pot and making oatmeal. I'm not making eggs. I'm not having a pan out. Like, I'm not going to make it.
Is that self-care?
And so I was like, okay, I will get protein bars or whatever, but like bodegas are really weird and they don't have like good protein bars. I finally find this bodega with the think bars or whatever.
Oh, I love those
They're
bars.
so, and they used to be think thin. They cut that thin off real quick. I know some brand manager was like, girl, we can't do that anymore.
I love the think bars.
And they had them there for $2. The Think Thin bars retail for at like a fancy like gentrifier grocery store
You
for like
really
$4.
are a shopping writer. These bars retail for this. Get your deals at this bodega.
Stop. For around like $4, especially after tax.
Yeah.
My dumbass, forgetting that this is New York and I am suburban dumbass, I start stocking up. I'm like, okay, I'm like buying 2 a day to where the guy's like, oh my God, you really like these. I go, yeah, y'all sell them for $2. The other places all sell them for $4. I go back the next day, they're $3. I made this bodega raise their prices.
That's crazy.
They raised the price because my dumbass let them. My big ass greedy mouth. Except when the guy who was there that I told, he still
my towel fell off.
scalped.
I'm just giving it up.
The guy who I told, when he's checking me out, he sells them to me for $2.
Yeah.
But they are now retailing $3. And I was like, I really fucked up everyone's bag.
I think that you impacted the economy.
I impacted the economy.
You impacted local economy.
I'm like, people living in New York and New Yorkers sound off. Like, is that a thing? My dumbass. He said, really? I said, yeah, that's why I love shopping here. Have a good day. I come back, new sticker price.
Crazy. Post-it notes on them. They're written in Sharpie.
Because
$3.
yeah, the grocery store they're $3.29, but after taxes it goes to $4. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's cheap. Well, when I was at my summit, bitch, they had the Think bars like we could grab them? Mama, there are 24 of them in my pantry right now.
They're so fucking
They're
expensive.
so good. And they had like the Think jerky as well.
I don't know about that.
They have Think jerky too. And mama, there's 24 of those in my pantry. I think that gotta be like $100 worth of Think product.
That is crazy. But yeah, that kind of made me feel insane because now I'm like, I just fucked everyone's bag up. Like, damn. Anywho.
Gentrifier down.
Gentrifier, but that, like, but then am I helping small business?
But you're hurting
Community?
consumers in the neighborhood.
Who knows? Sound off whatever you think it means, but we have dished hard. We did not think this episode was going to be that.
If you made it this far.
No free. Okay, Nickelodeon.
Free feet. Yeah, I did not expect this episode to be nearly
We
this
fucking
in-depth.
sounded off.
That was a sound off.
Snatched
Clearly, we're
John's
passionate
wig.
about self-care. And yeah, I lost my edges during
Mm-hmm.
the length of the episode. But, thank you for listening.
I miss you coming. Oh, I want to love you.
Take your bins out. Take your bins out.
We will see y'all next
We'll
week.
see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey.